Hey garden friends, I'm Nikki from Proven Winners Direct, and I'm back in the greenhouse to show you 7 more plants for Plant of the Day beginning November 7th. Our first plant of the day is the ColorBlaze Sedona Sunset Coleus. And these are gorgeous. As you can tell, these colors just pop. It's got that coppery orange. There's a tinge of purple when they start to emerge. Gorgeous. So these guys are going to grow to be about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. One thing that I love to do with my Coleus is I kind of pinch off the tops a little bit just to create a bushier, fuller look, especially in containers. They're so versatile, so easy to grow. They're an annual for most zones, but they will stay and thrive in zones 10 and 11 year round. There's so many different color options of the Coleus. That's what's so great, that I could totally envision an entire garden bed with all of the different varieties. I think that would be gorgeous. But they grow on these beautiful tall stalks. Great as a thriller in a container, and they'll fill out really nice in the landscapes as well. They will perform best in part shade to full sun, so you can really put these guys anywhere. Our next plant is the Superbells Cherry Red Calibrachoa. As you can see, they are in fact cherry red, a beautiful vibrant color that really pops as a good contrast. Calibrachoa are perfect in containers. They grow up to 12 inches tall and they can spread to about 2 feet. They do struggle a little bit in landscapes because they do not like a consistently wet soil. So a great gauge is just doing a check in your containers. When the top couple inches of soil is dry, that's when you know they're ready to be watered again. They're just really low maintenance, super easy to grow. As I mentioned, they're perfect in containers. We have a ton of different colors to choose from of the Calibrachoa, so the world is your oyster with these. Our next plant is the Compact White SunPatiens, and these are the perfect bedding annual in the landscapes. They have a really gorgeous mounding habit. They can get up to 2 feet tall and wide. They're also perfect spillers in your containers. They do perform best in part to full sun. Unlike regular impatiens that do require shade, these guys are great really anywhere. I had, years ago, prior to my knowledge of the Supertunia, I had a whole row of the white actually planted at my old house, and they filled in so beautifully. Super easy to care for. Water them like you normally do. As usual, all annuals do love the water-soluble fertilizer, but these guys will continue to push out these beautiful blooms all summer long. Next up we have the black Lace Elderberry, and this guy does look very small, but what's happening right now is our greenhouse is located in southeastern Michigan, and so the majority of our shrubs are going dormant, and you can tell by this shrub especially. I've got bare sticks right here in my hand, so that's very normal. This is just a part of the life cycle and the growth cycle of a shrub. The temperatures are dropping, and so are their leaves, so are the colors. It's very normal. So when you're ordering shrubs right now, if you are in a colder climate like us, some of us still have plenty of time to plant before the ground freezes. You would plant it just like normal. It'll continue its dormancy phase. It'll continue to leaf drop. You'll be left with a plant with just sticks. That's normal. If you're in a warmer climate, you are still free to plant. You'll do everything the exact same. However, within a couple of weeks, you'll start to notice the plants waking back up. They just have to adjust to that different climate, but continue to water and feed as you normally would, and it'll be just like it never went to sleep at all. Okay, back to the black lace. So these guys grow to be about 6 to 8 feet tall and wide. They have a really beautiful free spirit growth habit, which I love. If you do like to keep things more tidy, these are completely easy to prune and just tidy up as you go. You want to make sure that you do that after it flowers. So in early summer, they have these really cute dainty pink flowers on top of this beautiful deep dark black purpley foliage. Some people have noticed that they tend to stay a little bit greener So if it's continuing to show you some of that green foliage, don't worry, that's normal. As they age, that deep dark color will start. Something cool about these guys, if you plant them with an instant karma or a black beauty elderberry, it will act as a pollinator and the cute little pink flowers will turn into berries. It's hardy in zones 5 through 7 and prefers part to full sun. Our next plant of the day is the Pinky Winky Panicle Hydrangea. I love these hydrangeas. Now I'm really purposefully trying to pick ones that look a little rough so that you have a good representation of what you're getting. Again, they're going dormant. This is normal. It's not unhealthy, it's just dormant. So, Pinky Winkies, they are hardy in zones 3 through 8. They grow to be 6 to 8 feet tall and wide. They have these beautiful panicle blooms that emerge white early to more like midsummer. But then as they transition and as we get closer to fall, the base of the blooms turn and transition to pink, and resulting in this beautiful two-tone bloom that can get up to 16 inches long. They're gorgeous. We have some of these planted up in our garden outside, and every time I'm out there, it's the first thing that catches my eye. I love the two-tone blooms. They have that beautiful point at the top because of the panicle, and they just have a really nice, tidy habit. Gorgeous, gorgeous hydrangeas, and they're just as easy to grow. Foolproof. Panicles are the way to go all the time because they're so easy. Next up, we have the Aphrodite sweet shrub, and while you can't tell right now, these guys have beautiful glossy leaves, and they are covered in these cupped shaped flowers. They kind of remind me of a deep red magnolia flower. They do have a fragrance sometimes. I say sometimes because some gardeners have found that they don't smell anything at all, but it's kind of like a sweet appley scent if you do get lucky enough to have that. They do grow about 5 to 10 feet tall and wide. They have a really nice shrubby type habit, a typical shrubby habit. They perform best in part to full sun. They are hardy in zones 5 through 9, and because they are quite large, they do need their space to grow and look their best. Our final plant is the pink chiffon rose of Sharon. These guys are hardy in zones 5 through 9. They prefer full sun. They grow 8 to 12 feet tall and 4 to 6 feet wide, so a really nice rounded habit. They have a really pretty, elegant, swaying movement in the garden, whereas other Rose of Sharons kind of have that pillar. The pillar ones are kind of strong and straight and rigid, more columns. So these guys are really graceful and movey in the garden. They have the most beautiful pink bloom, very lacy looking. The blooms on the pink chiffon actually are a little bit bigger than the other chiffon series Rose of Sharon. So that pink color, you will see it and know it, and that's a pink chiffon. They're gorgeous. Rose of Sharons are super easy to grow and care for. The one thing that I would always mention is, just from my experience with Rose of Sharons, they are very late to wake up in the season. So a lot of times I think that mine are dead, but they're not. They're just still sleeping. So don't give up hope if when they're coming out of their dormancy phase, it takes just a little bit longer than your other shrubs. I hope you enjoyed learning about 7 more plants that you can add to your garden. As always, we want you to visit your local garden centers first. Please show them your support. If you can't find what you're looking for, provenwinnersdirect.com. Thank you so much for watching today, guys, and continuing to watch and stay engaged and leave us comments and sharing our videos. It means so much, and I just love the plants, and I love that you do too. Happy planting!